Oh, everybody welcome. Who's the sucker investigate the hell, huh? Huh? Everybody welcome. Who's the sucker investigate the So guys, I apologize, okay? I apologize. Oh hi Tibar, long good to see you. Okay. So guys, okay, I'm sorry. I've been in a completely different world, as you know, I've been dealing with this whole like movie situation, looking at apartments. I didn't even look at apartments. It was just like I had so much stuff to do. I barely slept. So I've kind of paid attention to what's going on in the news on and off, okay? So I apologize, but I thought, you know what, I really wanted to talk to you guys today. Of course, I'm also going to come back tomorrow, guys, okay? I'm going to come back tomorrow because there's a lot to talk about. And as you know, it's kind of, I was thinking about, it's nice to, I was like, it's actually nice today because it'll be like a conversation, okay? And I think it would be like a good time, you know what I mean? Because it's not like the stuff is just about what the hell is happening with these people at the convention, guys, what the hell. Okay, and like it was so, I don't know, I don't know how. I'm really curious about Tiffany also, because I don't believe she likes Trump very much. Okay, but at the same time, there she was. I think the acting was very bad. Okay, really, I don't think that, she's the better educated of them. She has a law degree and everything, but I just was like, I was not, had not it did not find it convincing. Okay, did not find it convincing. And so oh, somebody calling. I hear the buzzing. So, I don't know. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Please don't call. Okay. So guys, okay, so yeah, so that's the story. Let's look at that. It was so strange, It was like, what it was. It reminds me of like movies. It's when I was little. Okay. You know what, guys? By the way, you guys talk about drugs. I believe I've seen before him doing drugs. I told you before. This is not new. It's more like now we notice, the drug situation. I think he's been on drugs for a while now. Ever since he got with that woman, in the last like 6 to 8 months, I've noticed. Okay, and his eyes. It's guys. What's so sad is like you go from the person like a normal person, and then a person who's like his eyes are glassy. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see, guys. I'm just curious about her. Okay, I don't dislike her or anything. I just don't have any feelings about. I'm just interested. What is going on in her mind? What is she? Because guys, when you were younger and you have like demanding families and stuff like that, I could understand how you can try to transform. And and the way that she was copying Ivanka, the way she was speaking, it was like Ivanka was speaking. It was really weird. Okay, so I'm just curious about that. And guys, Melania and her military outfit. Oh my God, it's so weird. Like, what? Who is she kidding? And it's interesting because she's, and guys, among the many things I've done, I've studied fashion. Okay, in fashion history, like this is like there's a whole history of like the costume. Okay, in the 70s and everything. When Yves Saint Laurent, long story. Let's get into the khaki outfit. The origin of the military uniform as adapted by women. Okay, but anyway, but the point is that there's a signification. Like the woman, she's the most powerless person, in the whole thing. I think she, out of all of them, okay. And there she's like acting like she has power. She's wearing the military uniform as this. It's like, who are you kidding, girl? Who are you kidding? And she, guys, what is so fascinating to me, their eyes. She was so terrified. She was like, it was, I don't know. I don't even know. It's so unusual to have that number. You know what I mean, guys? Because, okay, for example, I don't know. It's just really weird to me, like how they're all kind of fake. And I actually, maybe I want to ask this too. Like, how do the conservative women see them? Because honestly, I don't. I could see how you could relate to somebody like quote unquote mother, or like, let's say, Laura Bush. You know what I mean? There's other like conservative women who are more interesting and more like them. I don't know. I just find to be like, I think honestly, I have, how to say this, guys. I don't understand how they could trust those women. Like, do they really believe? Like, I used to really, because like I said, I could see how, guys, so interesting. All these people that are conservative, they're not really conservative, right? There's a lot of conservative people. I just don't see them there. Okay, like I just don't think those women are conservative. Like, nobody is conservative in reality. They're just using it. It's so strange. It is so strange. It is very weird, guys. The body language analysis. You know what I mean? Like, it's fascinating. Okay, So that's what we focus on, because it's just not, guys, I think today is just going to be a conversation. Like I said, it would be good in a way because it's not, I don't have time to like go, through every article and everything, but I think it'll be fun, at least it's like a fun thing. Okay. And so that's that. And so before I do protect, just quick, guys. Okay, I was like, oh my god. So I made the big drama about that apartment, and so it turns out I made a mistake. So it was like I was supposed to meet with the guy who was going to show me that apartment, and I canceled because I was like, I explained, I can't do COVID. I mean, I can't. I'm not. It's not safe. I can't go there. And so I canceled. It wasn't like super wordy. I just explained how COVID would. Then he wrote back that he talked to the woman who's, I guess, I'm saying it's a woman, but whatever. So it's not. It's a different building. It's two doors down. But still, guys, you know what? In the end of the day, I think I was really suspicious. Even if COVID is just doors down, okay, it's still a little like strange, okay. And it's also like I don't know, I just there's something kind of shady, the whole thing of like I don't know. It's like I'm very I'm gonna so anyway, so I am gonna go to their apartment just to see it tomorrow, but I'm so suspicious. I cannot, what I mean, guys. It's something, so something just doesn't seem right. It's too good to be, I believe. There's something too good to be true, but even two doors out, don't you think it's kind of weird? I don't know, guys, you know what I mean? Don't you think? If it was really cheap, you'll be like, yeah, sure, like I could maybe even consider it. But $2,000 is not cheap, especially if they could be like kick you out or something like the next. I don't know. I think they will give you some sort of notice, but it's kind of weird. It is weird. There's something weird about it. You know what I mean? Like who knows? Are they gonna have heating at night or something? You know what I mean? Like, because yeah. Anyway, long story. But I also, guys, I didn't tell you this. And I'll tell you this, and then I'm gonna start. But it's so interesting. It's so interesting because there was this other apartment that I went. I love the pictures. I love the pictures um that I saw, okay, of this apartment. But it's the opposite of this one. It's a very small apartment. Like, I mean, small meaning like it's an attic apartment, and it's in a historic, it's the West Village, but it's in a historic street. And I was like, honestly, I never thought, they say it's so weird how I see myself, guys. I never thought I could even look for an apartment there because I always thought it was like so fancy. Anyway, I think that, like I said, the market is really changing. But it's, oh my god, the apartment itself is really adorable. It's very cute. It's like a dollhouse. It's really, and there's like original everything about the buildings from the 1800s. It feels older. It feels like you're living. It feels like it is actually probably it's a one of those buildings that you can't do anything to it because it's a historic. It feels like I'm like in Massachusetts or Connecticut or something. Okay. So anyway, so I put in the application. I put in the application. I don't know, but because I waited a little bit, okay. So I could, maybe I lost it. I don't know. I don't know if I have, financially, I don't know, but I try, so I was happy about it, guys. That's why, can I tell you what I was doing? So I didn't sleep very much last night because I was doing my I I was doing my taxes, okay. Because I had asked for extension, then I was like, oh, hello, of course I have to give my taxes to them because I don't have, I don't have an employer. So I have to prove, you know what I mean? If whatever money I have, if I have any money. So I had to like, I'm very the reason why I was postponing is because I have all these deductions, and I have like I'm like meticulous about with everything. So I have to go back to my bank statements, every single thing, and list every single thing. So that's why like it's so exhausting. So anyway, so I did this first part. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Okay, we'll see how it goes. But the point that I wanted to make about this, I'm talking too much. No, talking too much. This is so interesting. So this building, the one that I saw that I didn't tell you about, it's not as fancy. It doesn't look like a magazine necessarily. Different kind of magazine, I guess. But like, it's that I told you about the woman, the ghost that came to me. Did I tell you? This is so interesting. Okay. So when I first saw the pictures of this other apartment, I loved the photos. I was like, but I'm too, I can't live there. It's too expensive. I just thought it was like, who am I to live in that apartment? Like, this is like, thinking lowly of myself, right? So anyway, so I just thought it was like, like I'm not that like that, okay, that I could live in an apartment, but they had like beautiful little shelves, everything. Anyway, so I went there. It was a bit of a shock because the apartment didn't have the furniture that it had on the photos as usual, right? But I got there, guys, and I told you I didn't see them visually, but I felt them. They came to me, the people who used to live there, who like were the original people, whatever, the couple, the woman from Holland and the man, they're not that old, okay, so they're like really, they wanted to say hello. and they were really like, and they were like, the woman, she was still, I told you about her and everything, like she was kind of heartbroken, she was still missing her family in Holland. She had spoke with an accent. And so the guy was American. He was wearing a top hat. Long story, you know what I mean? It was interesting. Probably like some sort of like, long story. That area was not, that fancy exactly. Okay, necessarily that specific area. I think it was more like, I feel like entrepreneurial a little bit, okay, or something like that. But anyway, the point that I'm making is that I was like so exhausted, guys, and dealing with all these details and documents and like things, emails, and like was so stressed out. I was so stressed out. So then I, sometimes I get stressed out and I not get stressed. I'm sorry, this is like a backtrack here. I'm doing a lot of things, whatever. I try to take 5 minutes and then listen to my brain wave. I told you before, it's like a vibration thing, and I close my eyes for 5 minutes. And that time, I was also like, I think I was exhausted. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna take a nap and I'm gonna put the thing on. So I was put a thing on and I asked for guidance, and I was like, I'm open to spirit telling me whatever they need to know. They need to tell me about this whole situation, any guidance about this whole apartment situation. So then they came back to me, the same people. They said in 37.5 hours you're going to have an answer. She said. They said the woman is mostly the one connected, but they come together. So she said. So it was really interesting because then it was 8 o'clock at night yesterday when I got this message. So I opened my eyes and I was like, wait, it's 8 o'clock. So 37.5 hours, that's 9 a.m., 9 and a half. So 9:30 a.m. I'm gonna have the answer about this apartment. They said they really want me there. They want me there, and they said that they, I think they're trying to like not let the other people take it. They don't want the other people. They want me to be there. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I'm okay. I'm letting you know, guys. I changed my attitude. I was not attached to the outcome. And thank you so much. I had a conversation with someone. I had a reading yesterday. She helped me also. She's here. So you know what I mean. So she was interesting. This conversation about law of attraction, all those things. It's interesting. Interesting. And like I said, guys, if I don't get this one, it's okay. It's okay too. We'll find the right apartment. Well, like I said, now the things have changed. It's on Everything is on my side, because the rents are crashing. So, okay. Anyways, I'll tell you how it goes. But you got somebody. One of you asked about the ghosts. No, but they're very friendly. It's kind of like I have a friend, guys. When you're a kid, there's the concept of the invisible friend. Little kids have the invisible friend. It's the same thing, except that it's like having extra friends, but they are not visible. Isn't it? Isn't it? Kids have the invisible friends. Well, it's kind of like that. It's just that you have more friends, but they are kind of around. So, in a good way, guys. And I'm telling you, I would have noticed if it was a bad vibe. I would have noticed. Okay, if it was a bad vibe, I would have noticed. I would have told you. Okay, I would have told you. You get that. You kind of, So we'll see. I'll let you know if they telling truth. 9:30. 9:30. If it's true, is it true? Is it true? Huh? It's true. It's true. So, so yeah. So they're telling me, they're like, yeah, we messed up some stuff. Yeah. So I feel like they're trying to get me to go there. I really do. And like I said, once they talked to me, I was like, oh, there must be a reason. There must be. Then it was, guys. I'm talking for hours, missing the time that we could be talking about something important, like Tiffany. So, but really, I'm just saying this because I just thought it was so interesting, that like they had not picked up on any ghosts about any other apartments, but this one, they came to me. It was so interesting. You know what I mean? It's so interesting. I find. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm not, like I said, I'm not attached, but I feel like they want me to be there. Why do you want me to be there? By the way, you could tell a story. Oh my God, that's right, guys. They say you could tell our story. You could write about it. You could let us, like, I feel like they're very attached. They love the house and they feel like their story hasn't been told properly. I could tell their story. That's why. That's right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So interesting. And I feel, guys, oh my God, you know what? I'm getting goosebumps, and I see the neighborhood, all the neighborhood, guys. I have to tell, if I go live there, you're gonna love it because I'm gonna do so many historic tours of the neighborhood. So, I feel like there's a lot of ghosts, a lot of strong spirits in a good way, protecting the neighborhood. You know, so like because a lot of times all developers wanted to build big houses there, and so big, I'm sorry, big apartments, big like condos, and nobody can build in that area. So So there's a lot of protection, a lot of protection. They're like, yeah, you're gonna protect me, protect. So interesting, no, interesting. It's like the old New York, you know. So anyway, so I'll tell you guys. Anyway, so that was the conversation. That's what's going on. Okay, and that's why I'm late. I was late, and all these things are going on. But I'll let you know. Okay, let's know what's going on. Okay, now let's go conversations. If I told you everything. So now, okay, I'm gonna ask about that beautiful red light, huh? Coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel connected. So I step into it. I feel protected. I like to ask that in for miracles, but only from the higher sources. That it create the good, and only the good. The good for the good people. The good for the good people. Okay, so guys, can I tell you this is such a strange thing? Okay, as I'm doing this, and I was just telling you about this woman, she's telling me, okay, and I don't know the era. This is like kind of clarifying the era to me. She's like, people used to say that I was so pretty. I was like one of the Gibson girls. You know the Gibson girls? It was like the women that had, like the Gibson girls was like it was an illustration, okay? Illustration of women. I think it was like Edwardian era, I believe. I don't remember. It's a late 19th century or Edwardian era. Okay, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? It's so interesting. Okay, turn of the century. Is that right? Yeah, interesting. Because she's saying when she was young, everybody thought I was like a Gibson girl when she was young. She's like, I was pretty. I was very pretty. Okay, interesting. That she said that she was sort of like a Gibson. So I had to look it up because I don't remember Gibson girl. I'm like, okay, what is that again? The reference, they want to tell me about everything about them. Yeah. Oh wow, how interesting. My mom drew them. Interesting, T-bar. How interesting, right? So yeah, it's like they had this like their hair like that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's interesting. I just was like, how fascinating. Okay, fascinating. They're telling me about it. Saying, Rosie, if you want to write stories, just do it. Just Rosie will tell you everything. We have some, we live in the other world, like the other side. We know stories that people like. Yeah, we know stories that people like. So anyway, so interesting. Guys, you know what we should do? We should do have ghost. You know what? I was like, just give me an idea. We should do ghost tours in New York. How fun would that be in this neighborhood? Everybody, we should, once everything is good, guys, it's gonna be much cheaper. We're gonna have like an Airbnb. My this apartment is very small and that doesn't fit many people, but we're gonna have like an Airbnb. Everybody comes and then we have like ghost tours in West Village. That'd be fun. Can you imagine? And like the location based on ghost stuff. Is that would be amazing? How conversations? It'd be fun, right? So anyway, so that's that. And now, quick news about coronavirus. So there's an astrologer. I don't know if you know her name, Susan Miller. She's more like a horoscope astrologer. Okay, so she's really, I read the thing that I used to like read a lot. I just don't anymore. But I read her thing, and she said, like, guys, I was happy because she was sort of like me. She said that January 12th, that's when they're gonna have some sort of vaccine. Okay, but she said starting September 12th. Okay, starting September 12th, she said that's when it's going, the phase 2 of coronavirus. That's when she said between September 12th and then all the way until January 12th. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, September. That's right. Either 20. Is that right? No, September 8th. I think it is something like that. September 12th. I have to check. But just so you know, okay, this makes sense. She said that it's going to come back strong. You know what I mean? It's like just the situations in the astrology, she says. And that she believes that around the January 12th, we're going to have the okay, like the vaccine. Legit, by the time everybody's vaccinated, you know what I mean? It takes time, but it's a good thing. Okay. It's a good thing to know because I was like, oh, I felt, sometimes people think I'm not think, even I think I'm like, oh, I don't want to be too positive, but that's what I saw. It seems kind of soon, right? The spring, but I feel like that. Okay. And even in the situation, guys, of apartments, I was like, it should be a year if I move September to September because you never know, right? But I think definitely until like March or something like that, and then probably April will be free, But just says she agrees, she agreeing. Okay, okay. So now conversation. Oh my God, now I only have an hour because I talk so much. Okay, okay. Now let's go here. I did the protection, right? It's okay. So okay, guys, where do we even start? Okay, so okay, now talk. What the hell is going on with Tiffany? Let's go, Tiffany. What's up with Tiffany, guys? What? Okay, what's up with Tiffany? What's going on with Tiffany? Okay, Tiffany, what happened? Okay, guys, if you have questions, by the way, since I'm asking about her and it's not about news, you know what I mean? Today is just like or interpretation of like a person. If you have questions about Tiffany or for Tiffany, let me know. And I'm gonna have to time it a little bit because there's a lot. We're gonna do Tiffany and then Melania, and then we're gonna address some of the questions about the boys and the drugs. Okay, the sons like Don Jr. cocaine or whatever, stuff like that. Okay, so okay, Tiffany, what happened? Why did you decide to do this? I thought you were safe. Why did you have to do this? I mean, I thought um she's like, well, my dad threatened to cut me off. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. This is kind of creepy. Okay, guys. So I see her mother, Marla Maples. Marla Maples is telling her that she should get close to the family because she said, honey, do you know what's happening? Did you notice? Did you read Mary Trump's book? Well, I think you should read that book because the book is all about how the siblings took all the inheritance. So your dad is not doing it so great, right? You know that. So you kind of want to have to you if I were you, you don't have to agree with everything. Just, stick around so that they don't steal your inheritance. She has a point. It makes sense. Okay? Guys, it's true because he read the book by it's true. You read the book by Mary Trump and it's there. Okay, right, this is it. And I don't think it takes a lot of like intuition to understand that the Ivanka and Jared are really evil, like, guys, and they're very not just evil but desperate. So don't you think it's actually it doesn't makes a lot of sense, don't you think, that if the mother wants, like not Melania, Marla Maples, and I feel like Marla Maples like, oh, she regrets that she wasn't as smart as what's her name, Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump, she got relatively a lot of money considering that Trump is so cheap, right? She got more money because also Ivana Trump worked in the business. Okay, okay, but guys, regard now for us, it's like, guys, for us, it's like we don't have most of us don't have an understanding of like inheritance, but it's sort of like you could have several buildings. It's significant. Okay, it could change your life in some ways where you don't have to work if you won't. Even if you own like a couple of apartments, like that's enough. You could, what I mean, like you could change your life. Like I say, it's like for us, it's easier to say, but okay, I can understand where her mother is coming from. I think she's, oh, you know what? She's a lawyer. That's right. Out of all of them, she's a lawyer, so she's smart in that way. So that's what I think. I think she got it with them because she's realizing that Ivanka and Jared and all of them, not all of them, but especially Ivanka and Jared, are sort of trying to steer her away. And it's telling me here the same thing that Ivanka did to Melania, to try to cut her off, okay, so that they can have as everything they wanted, okay. So it's like one of those things in preparation for what's going to happen. That's what I think, okay. Okay, so but really, like, okay, just Tiffany, really, was it worth it? She doesn't like, she's okay, as you say, at first I was so unhappy. I think she may have guys, okay, this is too much. She may have bulimia, okay. I remember how she had gained a lot of weight. I mean, I don't have experience with eating disorders, but and I don't think you necessarily gain weight with bulimia, but she was eating compulsively before. Like she gained a lot of weight very quickly. Like she was very unhappy with the presidency of Trump. And then she's like, I'm so unhappy. Maybe I should just lose some weight. I think there is something there where she's going, guys, when you were young, in your early 20s, like you do a lot of things. I'm not judging her really. I understand where she's coming from. She's lost. She has the name recognition. You know what I mean? Like it's not as if it would be very hard for her to totally go against Trump at her age. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Like I'm not defending, like maybe, yeah, there's a lot that she could have done, but it is what it is. This is her situation. So that's why she did this, to also to prove, because she feels like Ivanka thinks she's so smart. She's not. She's not as educated as I am. She's not as smart as I am. She's probably right. But so it's also a thing for her to like take up space, and like feel like she is entitled to certain things. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I just, guys, I'm not. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. And I think again, it's okay. So it's her entire family, but also her mother, her own mother, also is interested. Seriously, and you know what I mean. Okay, because I feel like somebody like her, she should have, if she was not gonna be with the, she would have rebelled much younger. She would have, you know what I mean. But I think Marla Maples also wants. She thinks that she could get more money and stuff like that. So that's essentially financial. I think the thing here, okay. And I think it's like, it's so, guys, you know what is so interesting is that I see that there's like a rebellion brewing where the siblings are turning against Ivanka. Okay, they hate, they know that Ivanka is the favorite, quote unquote, but there's something, she's just gone all the way. You know what I mean? She's really like a nasty, like a horrible person, like really, So they're kind of getting sick of her, and that's what's also happening with Tiffany. She's realizing that, okay. So what's gonna happen? It's okay. So Tiffany, yeah, because I thought she was rehearsed. She's like, I think, the way that she's doing it, she's like, I can pretend to be something, and then I could turn things around. I could do whatever. Okay. So she did a good job. I mean, she memorized things or whatever. She wasn't very convincing. Her heart clearly wasn't it. Okay. Okay. Now, so what happens to Tiffany? Interesting. So as I think Donna was saying here, the moral question is that, in a way, if she had, and again, guys, life circumstances are so complex, right? You never, it's like if like her life would have paid off more if she had thought deeper about the her question with her father before this whole thing. Because now what's going to happen is that I see the thing that they have to sign the document. I don't know, some sort of it's something about the document inherit, it's something like that. But then they cop, I feel like they have falsified her signature. There's something here where, but I feel like in the end of the day, I think things happen very quickly, and like they lose everything. So I don't think there's anything to gain. Okay, she could try to sue, she's a lawyer, like I said, she could try to sue Jared and Ivanka for something. But ultimately, I think she loses the money. The reason why she did is essentially some sort of financial thing. She loses it. So she's going to have to spend the rest of her life kind of coming to terms with, what I mean, is the whole like old Nazi question. Okay. In the sense that, like, why, you watched and you did nothing, you said nothing. Okay. So that's her thing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, what is her relationship with Ivanka? It's interesting, guys. Because again, Ivanka, she's no, I mean, nobody likes her. Okay, she's like, she thinks she's so that she's so pretty. She's so this. She had a lot of surgery. I saw her photos, and really, like, I see Tiffany is sort of moving into the fray. She wants power essentially, but I mean, in a good way. Okay, like she wants to take up space. Okay, so that's the situation. She doesn't want, nobody likes Ivanka. Okay, but what happens? What else does she know? She seems to be, again, one of those people that is aware of what's going on. Okay. Okay. Hi guys. Yeah. So okay, so she knows what's going on, and that yeah, that's what's happening. That yeah, that's it. Does she feel bad? What is going, yeah, I think yeah, she's gonna have to deal with this later. Okay, at least she's not committing crimes or yet. Okay, at least her life is, she's clear of crimes. Okay, and you know what I see, guys? You know what I see? I see Jared trying. Oh my God, there's Jared. Jared's trying to get her to like launder money for him. I'm serious. He's like, "Hey, Tiffany, so I know you're so popular. My friend of mine, you wanted to invest in something. Do you like maybe you have a bank? He's like trying to ask for her bank account so he can like deposit some money. You know what I mean? That kind of thing." Like, seriously, he's trying to like get her to like launder money for him. Like, you know how it is. He's a really manipulative, horrible person. So I think she's smarter than that. She knows the law. She knows the law. But can you imagine, guys? Like those people. It's like, this is the thing. This is how dangerous they are. Okay. Okay. So now, quick question. So serious question. How did the Trump base see her? Okay, Tiffany, or and not just the Trump base. I'm talking about also the older women who watch Fox News, okay? Because you know how that's what I was reading that this whole thing that happened yesterday with the women, with lots of women speaking, is that they were going for the female vote, okay? I just like I said, guys, I nobody strikes me as particularly charismatic or interesting. Okay, I just find both like all of them to be very like vapid and fake. And guys, for all the criticisms of Sarah Palin, I still feel like between her, Sarah Palin wins over them 100 times. At least she's not, she was a kind of like a unique character. Okay, like you know what I mean. Okay, so how do they see? Because that's my thing. How do they see them? Yeah, part of it, guys, like, it's so weird to I'm like, wow. You know what it is like it's actually very sad because I see a lot of the poor people, okay, like a person like, working at like a minimum wage job, they look at them on television and like, wow, they're sort of like celebrities, okay? They're celebrities. Like, oh, they look like models. They're so pretty. Look at their hair. Okay? Look at their hair. Look at this. Like but it's sad because it's not, I don't know, guys. I actually, like I said, it's very sad to me. Okay, because they're like, oh, we can look up to them. They're so pretty. Do they have like beauty tips? But then the woman who's she's like cleaning the supermarket aisle or something. She's there. It's like it's just sad because she doesn't see the grift. Okay, the person that is listening to them doesn't see the grift. It's just like looking. But okay. For example, what about the evangelicals? I don't think they buy it. Okay, no, I don't think they buy it. A lot of them don't. I really don't think, because there's something about the language they use, or like they don't talk about there's something like the way they're not well versed in scripture. They're not religious. They know they're not religious in any way. So it's just, I don't know, guys. I'm not so I know that I was so annoyed at the media. They're saying all these good things about it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it so much. That I don't think this is true. It's a little bit like, okay. For example, try to think of, okay, like, guys, when we have Democratic candidates that we don't necessarily buy, like, or like, who is the person, guys? I was thinking, like, for example, I remember how John Kerry, when he was running there's some Democratic candidates for president, they just don't warm up to people. Okay, people, like, it's kind of similar feeling here. Like, they don't necessarily love them. They're, or and this is true, guys. Have you ever seen, like, oh, I really love Ivanka? For example, guys, I think all of us, if you like Obama, you definitely love the girls, right? The Obama children are so great. I don't know anything, I don't, like, obviously stalk them or anything like that, but it's just like, they're so great. Like, I love them. You know what I mean? They're not like, not because they go on whatever talking. They don't talk on like some political thing, but they just seem genuine, cool people. You know what I mean? Like, nice girls. Like, I don't know, just such a great family. Okay. I don't know that this is the same. You know what I mean? I don't know that they are the same. The relationship of the voter to the children is different. Is what I'm kind of trying to say. They love Trump because of his personality, but they kind of sort of put up with the family, except for Don Jr. I think they like Don Jr. more. But the other ones, you know what I mean? It's like they're not, guys. Because imagine, okay, this is like weird because that's not what Michelle and Obama would do. But imagine if Obama and Michelle were like putting the girls like on, so it would force them to kind of be speaking on, like, making speeches. How weird that would be. Right? It's even weird to think like that. But at least we like them. You know what I mean? We like them a lot. I don't think the same is true of the Trump. Okay, of them. It's not the same. It's not like they don't have a lot of likability. Okay, seriously. Okay, okay, yeah, interesting. Wow, it's weird. Okay, okay. So what? Okay, so yeah, so but they said, guys, it's so sad. I see, and some of you are mentioning this a little bit. The social media, the production values. I think Trump ran it, and whoever is behind it. I think who also is the really pretty woman, Hope Hicks. She was kind of, they see it as a TV show, as like a, everything is about TV shows, and it's like a lot, it's like a soap opera. Just go there and act like it's a soap opera. to them it's more like a soap opera than reality. Ironically, right? Because it's reality television, but in reality, for them, it's about soap opera. Act like it's a soap opera. So that's what Trump likes. It's a soap opera. Like create, Trump is essentially like a movie director in a weird way. Like he creates these images and it has nothing to do. It's like it's saying people waste their time thinking about reality. That's not what Trump wants at all. He wants fantasy. He wants a totally he likes the narrative, okay? And that's what this is about. A soap opera family. How sad, it's weird. Imagine, guys, can you ever imagine Obama doing something like this? No, I can't. He would never do something like this, okay? So it's just really interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. So next. Okay. So wow, how interesting. Okay. Okay. So okay. Okay. Interesting. No, it's actually I'm like processing all. Okay. So let's go. So okay. Interesting. Okay. So what happened? Okay. Yeah, so what happens now? She's yeah. I don't know, guys. No, say no. We said I would have. They're saying we said I have to say about Tiffany. Okay. That's it. Okay, what happens to Tiffany when people go down for crimes, and then she is hiding? She's photographed, like she's like, oh no, no, I don't want to talk to she kind of disappears again. I think she goes back. Okay, she tries to run, not run, like to maintain her privacy is what I mean, because she's not that comfortable being on camera like Ivanka, you know. Okay, so guys, Ivanka, like, oh my God, exactly, guys. Audrey said we watched the Obama girls go up to beautiful young women. Trump's kids came to us as grifters. Exactly. Guys, think about it. When you see the Trump children, you realize how hard it actually is to keep children who grew up so famous to be, like Jackie Kennedy's talking about her, right? Jackie Kennedy did that. They prioritize giving the children a normal life and not pump. Guys, I'm going to use a harsh word, but pimping the children. That's what it feels like to me in a way. They're pimping them to like create content. You know what I mean? Think about how sad it is, and think about how the reason why we like the girls is not because we know everything about what their lives are like. Can you imagine their sex like gross, but sort of like they're not overexposed. They're like normal kids. They have a normal life. They are aspirational, of course, but not in a way that is like fake. I could say many things about the Obama girls. Fake is not one of them. They're both very genuine in their own way. They come across that way. They're not trying, they're not trying. They're just like normal people. And then both Michelle and I see the grandmother, Michelle's mother. Oh my God, I have good ones. You know how she was living in the White House, guys. Remember how she was living in the White House? Oh my God, so many good ones. She's like, she was living in the White House because of that also, because she wanted to take care of the girls, to look around, to be, because Michelle very much knows that people in politics are not genuine for the most, even the Democrats. You know what I mean? People, it's like you cannot really trust necessarily people who are nice to you because you have power. Her mother was very about that. Like she's like, we know we have to keep an eye on the girls to make sure that they have real friends and they know what reality is like. You know what I mean? Because everything is, those children, guys, if you grow up in some sort of like, some degree of wealth or celebrity, you get like exposed, it's a little bit like Claudia Conway. Like, look at the difference, guys. Claudia Conway, for example, right? Okay, like I think she's a very cool girl, but I don't feel I kind of feel for her that she has to deal with this. Okay, I don't think have you noticed that's not a problem for the Obama girls at all. Okay, that's not our problem. It's interesting. It's just interesting. I find interesting. Okay, so interesting. Okay, okay. Interesting. It's very interesting conversation. Okay, so now, guys, by the way, I'm gonna go longer, okay, because it's interesting conversation. So of course there's Rachel, there's other things, but just so you know, because I'm liking conversations today of this. It's a topic that we don't talk about very much. It's interesting, just interesting things. Okay, now, wow. So now, guys, let's talk about Melania. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a sip of my orange juice here. Melania, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Okay, Melania. My God. What the hell was that? Okay, so what the hell is Melania with the green thing? What the hell is that? Guys, it's so weird to me that they're both like everybody in that family is all about appearances. Okay, it's so strange. So she's very, she I don't know how to put it, but she sees her role as a paid person. She's an actress, or the way she sees Trump is sort of like how she got modeling gigs. If you're a model, you come to you're paid by, it's not by the hour, but it's like you have a job and you say you have to go, film a commercial for hair or something. So you kind of have to, from certain time to certain time, you're going to go and you're going to do this and that. She's doing the same thing that she was doing when she was younger. Like she's like, oh yeah, I'm model. I am modeling. My husband, he like it like this. Yeah. So it's always really, for her, it really feels like, I don't think she's unhappy. Yes, she's unhappy but I feel like she, in some ways, she seems to lack self-awareness. Okay. Like she does, I don't I don't really, as you know, I don't really care for her, but it's kind of like she doesn't see the obvious thing where she has a contract with this man. Okay. And I think, again, it's a business transaction. Okay. They have a business together, which is this marriage is a business, in the sense of like all he cares about. And in a way, there's some positive things here for her marriage, because she does not have really no relations with Rayon. Okay, good for her. But that, it's like, as long as she shows up for events, he's fine. He doesn't care. Like, he likes that she's not nagging. She never he could have affairs with anybody. Okay, that's whatever. I guess before, or you know what I mean. Like, she doesn't care, but it's more like she's the facade, okay, person for like events and whatever, and that's what she has to do: show up for events. Okay, and then she's kind of unhappy in that position, obviously, right? Hello, there's a reason, but she doesn't seem to get it. And like the way that she seems to think about it is sort of like, well, if I am more professional, they're going to respect me more. But it's kind of like how you think of a job. You know what I mean? To her, that's a job. If she has a job, it's just to be married to this guy. And I don't think that she's ever had the illusion. I think, guys, she enjoyed the party. She thought she had made it when she married him. But I don't think anybody's shocked. It's like, it's not love. Hello. Okay. And I know that like a lot of women marry older, wealthy men. For I don't know, but there's something about it here, guys. It's cold. Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's more than trophy wife. Okay, it's more than trophy wife. It's just something really cold. Okay, I don't know how else to put it, because the idea of the trophy wife is like, usually they are, at least they are a couple. Trump and her, they are not even. You could tell there's not their body, everything about them. Like, you know what I mean? It's, I don't know how else to, okay. For example, okay, I know that, like, when I back in the day when I used to read Vogue before the internet or whatever, you would see these society women, all these society women, they would go to galas, they would go to, they would get dressed, they would go to like their friend. She's obviously not a society person, which makes it hard to integrate into the world. Okay, so it's more that it's like she is just a contract. Okay, and I think, like, she never thought, I think her circumstances, at least how she saw her circumstances, were very dire. And she has that mentality, guys. She's a survivor. She will survive anything, and she thinks that because she has money. And I see she has a lot of designer clothes, which she considers to be she's like, look, I can buy any clothes I want. That should be enough. Okay. But guys, and this is, maybe it's a little bit about class, but it's not really. It's like she believes, and it's like, if you think of I guess, when I was growing up, guys, I would read all these magazines about, or even books about these stylish women. I guess they were society women from the 60s and 70s, like, Babe Paley. There was like all these really chic women. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like, of course they wore expensive clothes, but it wasn't showy. It wasn't like, oh, here's my, you know my like golly, I don't know how to explain it. It was like, they never say, oh, here's my Dior dress, here's my Balenciaga, whatever. It wasn't that. It was just like very chic and understated. Okay. And then for her, it's like she's just that. Guys, I don't think necessarily Melania is an opportunist. She's like Trump. She's a survivor. She's a kind of like a grifter too. They're similar in a way. Okay, she's not a naive. Like I said, she's not a naive person. That's the thing I want to tell to. I want you guys to know this. She's not naive. She is not naive. Okay, she's not naive. She knows what she's getting into. But that's it. It's a brittle relationship. Okay, so why, and I see, guys, it's interesting. I see that she's preparing, like Tiffany's preparing. She's preparing for this. She's like, I'm going to show them, and especially she hates Ivanka, that I could do, and I good for her. It's like I could do a good job, and she actually, for them, for the, they're like, the environment, she did do a relatively good job. Okay, she spoke her words. Like, think about how the standards are so low, right? She spoke the words, the whatever the she rehearsed a lot. But it's more like it's sort of like a model kind of, discipline. Like, you have a photo shoot with somebody, you're supposed to wear heels for 5 hours, and you, oh my god, I wore heels for 5 hours. I was a very professional model. Yeah. Wow, that's hard work, huh? I'm sorry, guys. I know modeling can be hard, but don't you think it's okay? It's nice. It's like, oh, what did you, I like. Okay, it's kind of, it's, I don't know how to say. It's just like, wow, really. But she's, like I said, she has discipline. Okay, she did do the she did. She's different from Trump because she can really, again, have discipline and like get a few things done. But that's it. So she also wanted to. Her thing is like she wanted to show Ivanka that she had a place, because I think, guys, this is also Trump's fault. Okay, that Ivanka gets the role. This is really creepy. You know how Ivanka has the job of the first lady in some ways, right? If I don't know that it could be that she both doesn't have the interest. She may not have. I don't think she had the interest to be an actual first lady, but at the same time, that she wasn't really welcome. Let's just say it. Okay, so it was a way for her to like so in a way it's saying telling me here that the military uniform was on purpose. Like, she wants to exact some sort of revenge on the family, like the internal dynamics of Trump's kids. Okay, I could see, and this is not probably not unique to like the kids of older men that have money, that they don't like the younger woman. They don't like the younger woman who's married to the dad because they know what this is about, right? And so they want to keep the money to themselves. It makes sense. It's not complicated, right? But I think I see that she wants to say, it's interesting, guys. Now I feel like everybody wants their piece of the cake, their revenge or whatever that is. Okay, so she did a good job to show people. She's like, they think Melania Trump is not capable. I am capable. My husband, he said, I Melania did a good job. I did a good job. Yes, my husband said that it's very media telling lies about it. Media telling lies. Her eyes. What was up with her eyes? Because she was saying that she's like, and it was like, guys, it was like at the same time that she had this aggression about her, because which she did. I did pick up on it. She had this like, it was like she was scared of. What was she scared of? She was like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Did you just there was it's a very weird emotion. That did you see her eyes? It was weird. It was weird. She's like, I'm very she was acting like, I don't know, guys. Really, like, okay, what was that emotion on her eyes? She's angry. She has a different, it's like her way of expressing anger. She's angry at how she internally in the family dynamics, she's been pushed aside. And Trump has been, and she, what was Jared doing there? What was Jared doing that? He always tells me I should not come here. So she's like, because Jared pushes her away, he and Ivanka the same person, basically. Okay, so they don't want her around because it's saying like, guys, like, I just feel like she just was like, she's the guys, oh my god, I don't know how anybody could be in that family, because seriously, guys, they treat her like furniture. Like, she's not even here. They talk about her like she's not there, or even if she's in the room, they don't talk to her. It's awful. Awful. I think because I don't think she's terrible. Like, okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fan of hers, but considering their situation, she's not a terrible person. She's pretty nice. She's friendly. She could talk to them, but she feels like they never had any interest in her. They like cut her. They're disrespectful of her. This is true. This is not, guys, this is true. You don't have to be like that with a person, right? So they're just pretend like she doesn't exist, which is awful. It really is wrong. So I think for her, this was an opportunity to take the stage, literally, okay, and to show that she has a role, even though the kids don't want her to be there. Obviously, oh, I guess necessarily, it's not necessarily obvious then, but you know what I mean, guys. Have you noticed like how she has never? I'm not saying you have to do this, but like, she's never said anything about them. Like, oh, I was talking to Ivanka. We had something common. We even like she could have said like, I had jewelry that she gave me. I was very nice. It was very nice of her. Very nice of her. Like, no, she doesn't. She could have said there was no anecdotes. Okay, there was no. It's like total strangers. Okay, isn't that strange? Like really, right? So okay, so interesting. Jenison is asking, are they horrible to Baron too? How do they feel about him? If they snub her son, that would make her angry too. Guys, it's so cute. It's kind of funny here. Actually, I love Bab. I love Baron. I love, you know what? I think he could be autistic indeed. Okay. And I think he is right. He has some, spectrum. He's in spectrum. Guys, I think I am in spectrum too. Okay. A little bit. So I can kind of relate in a different way because I have the other side, but a little bit like he's in his own world. That's what's interesting about it. God made, God is funny sometimes because a kid like him, he's naturally not interested in personal interaction. He's not like, oh, hi there. Like he's not gonna be. That's not. It's like he's in his world. He's extremely introverted. He's like, he's not interested in, like, he's not, it's hard for her to, he's just like how he is. So he's free from this. That's what's nice about it. He doesn't pick up, even if people are rude to him, he doesn't necessarily, like, it doesn't bother him. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, not like, I'm sure he realizes, but it's not the same way like it would be for most people. Okay. It's not, because you know what it is, guys. You know what is so interesting is also a lot of times people that are very direct. I know I sometimes I'm not like him, but you know what I mean. It's sometimes you're direct, and then I feel like I always say the wrong things. I step into people's shoes. I'm like, it's just my personality. I'm kind of honest. Okay, so the same way, but in a different way. It's more than me because I have, I could be. I've learned to be more. I'm more extroverted, I think, in reality. But you see what I'm saying. So for him, it's the guys autistic children. They can come off as very rude. They don't have the social graces. Okay, so they're like, why you look like tomato today? I don't know. People just say things that come to their mind or something, like, but not in a, it's not meant to be rude to the person. It's just that it comes out of their like their mouth, so he doesn't care. He's not involved. He has zero interest. And I think he's a very intelligent person. Okay, I think he's, yeah, he's intelligent. I see, guys, it's so weird. I don't know if he does. He had like a room. He had a room like full of trains. It sounds weird. I see this image of, he had. I don't know if he was like, he may still have them. Those. Sometimes there's the trains, guys. They have these trains. They're like, they can be very expensive model trains. You know what I'm talking about? He may have had all these trains in his, this is like such a weird image. I see him having this room in his house that has all these trains, and he's like a conductor. He's an engineer, okay? But in the sense of like, oh, what time is the train coming? Like he's like, oh, come the next train, and then put the trains together and all those things, okay? So it's so interesting. He's very absorbed in his own like miniature worlds that he creates, okay? Or like he could be building miniature airplanes, that kind of thing. He has manual skills also, like, again, there's some sort of engineering, like, I don't even know. I know it's interesting. I Not even computers. I think he could be manual, like engineer, like an actual engineer of like seeing how, putting things together, you know what I mean? That's why it's interesting. I see it's so weird, like the skill set for kids that, they would like to build trains. But I think he likes multiple trains, like, like a traffic engineer kind of, honestly. He's like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, how interesting. T-Bar, my little autistic grandsons are over the moon about you. Yeah, it's so interesting. He's very like, wait, what time? How? And he's like, I see that he's counting. Like, this is how their mind is, like, the trains, they have the little like sticks, you have the railroad, right? So you have the little sticks that connect. You have all these huge things that connect one to the other. But every single, you have the metal thing that carries the signal, and you have the little like sticks. Every single, and there he is counting, however, how many each part of the train has how many, and then how many, he's like he's creating the mathematical equation. And then he's very absorbed in like, oh, here's a train by out, it's like his mind is very happy when he's looking at the train, and he's noticing how many little slots, how many little like wooden sticks the wheels go through by a certain time. He's always like obsessing about the mathematical connections of, not, again, it's not like he's like thinking about it. He's seeing, he sees this like, oh, now my train hit, oh, wait, and then the grandmother is like, come here, we have the dinner. She's like, there's only 184 of the things that they're coming through. Okay, so just in 184 they're gonna, it's like, but that's not how we think. We're like, oh, look how the things are going. He's like, oh, 184, da, da. So he's like, and it gives them pleasure, the child. That's what he likes. He likes the world, it's good for him, guys. Good for him. No, really, guys, good for him. Oh, how interesting. Oh my God, look, Glenn, my son checks every detail of trains. Every part of it is the predictable. It is a predictable, right? It's so interesting because I think, Glenn, even the wheels, like they know it's almost like there's a proportion. Okay. It's literally like that. But this is what I was telling you, Glenn. It's like it's the sorting, it's like it's literally like the program is running, and it's like seeing the program running alive. What's so interesting is like checking every he's checking the numbers as it goes through, and the relationships, and once they realize the relationships, then like, and they see it happening, it's like it's so calming to them. It's so calming to them. Okay. It's so interesting, it's so calming to them. Okay. So but like I said, he goes there and it's like he's in heaven, in the place, in like where the trains are. It's like he has a huge train situation going on. Okay. And that's like he could be there for hours, for days, even not eating with the trains. It's cute. Interesting. Yes, he gets upset. Exactly. Exactly. Because guys, and this is like Glenn and how relationships here. I want to tell, it's like, so it's fascinating to me. Okay, honestly, how the kids think, because it's so sad for them, guys. The world is so chaotic. It's chaotic for us a lot of times, but for them, can you imagine? It's literally like living in Mars. We're all Martians to them, and all they want is to hold on to predictability and to like numbers running. Okay. It's like this is like the world is mad. Think about it seriously. I'm serious about it. Like to them, it's 100 times. 100 times. My God, it's so hard. So for them, it's like, oh my God, it's like their religion. It's like predictability, time, and counting things constantly. You know what I mean? They see the. So it's so interesting. I see it. Like I said, so in other words, does he care? No. He's like, I better. I think he's. I see him looking. He goes to he's like, first there's like a dinner. He's like this, and he sees the fork. He's like, oh, and he's counting the forks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, how many forks? And then he creates in his mind. Okay, he creates in his mind like how many forks there are, and he's counting things, and then he's noticing. He looks at Ivanka, and they're like, and he's noticing that they're like, how they move their face, and he's like, I'm not even gonna look at that. No way, I can't. Too much. TMI for me. Too much for me. Okay, he can't. He's like, no, what? No. He's like, it's too much. It's like, guys, and imagine, but this is just to tell you how it is. Imagine if you and I went into like an advanced, like, and I'm talking about advanced math. I'm talking about graduate school level math class. Like that's like how it is every day for them, being in the world that we are in. It's like this stuff that we can't decipher. Okay, a lot of times it's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And then how, like, if you okay, if you observe a lot of things, it's like you could, it would take a long time. I mean, I'm sure I could pick up on the advanced math, but it would take me longer, and it would be very demanding on my mind. Okay. But this is, think about it, this is like a subject that is very complicated for them. Is the humans, guys, we're not very direct. Okay. And we're not very binary, so it's complicated for, anyway. So this is, I'm not worried about him at all. I think he's safe. Again, he's safe, and God saved him. You know what I mean? God saved him from this sick family. Okay. And I think he's a nice kid. He's a nice kid, and the grandparents like him. I think the grandparents are good, and even Melania, guys. Even Melania is, she's better with him. And think about it. The other thing, Melania, she's okay with him, but she's also very self-absorbed. Okay, she's like, mommy cannot go because she has a facial. Mommy has facial. Okay? Skin of mommy a little old. And mommy has facial. Imagine, like, guys, it's sad too, like a woman who's like all she cares about, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot of weight and expectation if you were known for how you look and you age. Aging is hard, as we know, but at the same time, for somebody who like that, it's tough. So anyway, so you know what I mean? Anyway, so guys, this was really interesting, okay? Really interesting here. Okay, with Baron, okay? Yeah. So no, I think, I don't know, guys. It's a spectrum thing. I don't know that, that there's. I'm not an autism specialist or a specialist. I think I have a little bit of, but autism, he's not that. Okay, he's not so. I don't know. He's not super social. Okay, he's more towards autism than Asperger's. You know what I mean? Like more. He's not super social. Asperger is a person who can not okay. I'm not going to define it, but I'm talking about. They can have conversations. They can have, but it's more complicated. A little bit more complicated for him. He's very silent. Okay, he's not very like engaged with a lot of people. Okay, it's just that's who he is. Okay, I'm like, I know him. Call me. I speak to him. I speak to him. So okay. So so anyway, interesting. Okay, so yeah, guys, out of all of them, I'm not worried about him at all. Okay, I'm not worried about him at all. He's the better one. Like what I mean. He doesn't even get like not interested. He's not even interested. He doesn't even understand what they're talking about. He doesn't want to get involved. And people who are mean, guys, people who are very manipulative, they tend to be very good at social skills. So and it's so funny. There's a guy here in my building. He's kind of creepy. He's not like creepy in like a sexual way. He's just like a creepy person. So I put on my, I how do you say it? Like I put on my thing like I don't get it, like what the person is saying. It works. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, hi. I don't have a lot of express. This is true generally. When I don't know somebody, I just don't move my face. I was like, oh, hi. So people don't talk to me. It's very nice. I like it. So weird people don't talk. I was like, oh, hi. Because those, people who are psychopaths, guys, they count on on social norms where you're supposed to be nice. I don't know. I'm on spectrum. I spectrum. I spectrum. Yeah. So it's a good trick. Good. Sorry, I don't mean to. But it's like you're like, oh, it's a good trick. So I don't. No, I'm serious. I'm not a very social person. So it's good because people are like, oh, she's weird. Yeah, I'm weird. Don't talk to me. So okay. So I pretend to be crazy. No, I'm not. Like that. But it's just okay. So now this is my God, did we even talk? We never got to Malone. Okay, guys, I'm continuing. Okay, how does Trump feel about guys? Trump doesn't feel about anybody. Everybody to him is an extension of himself. This is just not. It's not hard, really. He's like, oh, he's a little weird, right? Yeah, my son over there, he's a little weird, right? Yeah. Hey, Baron, you're tall, right? Girls like tall guys. Yeah. He's like he's he is like really. He's like really like he doesn't. Guys. Okay. Let me ask an interesting question. Is Trump capable of love? Is Trump capable of love? I don't think Trump is, because I don't mean it as an insult. It's true. Do you think he loves anybody? Like, oh, I love somebody, because the whole thing with love is like we collapse your own, like when you love somebody, you feel like wow, you lose your sense of self a little bit. You're like, oh, I love this person so much. I don't think Trump has it in them to fall in love. Is he capable of like no? What he likes about his family is that they're pliant. And guys, I had a bad relationship with my dad, and I know exactly what that is. Like people who are like that, kind of like narcissistic. They don't see to them. They are sometimes they're very close to their families because they can manipulate the children. Okay, and manipulate. You know what I mean? So that's why they're close. You think that they like their families. They're very close to their families, but the reason for that is because the children are like pieces of clay. They want them to act a certain way. They want them to like imitate you know what I mean? It's kind of creepy. You know what I mean? So sometimes we mistake people who are like narcissistic for being family oriented. They're not necessarily. It's that they need the children and the wife to be an image and not a person. It's actually worse than it seems. Okay, so yeah. No, guys, seriously, they don't. Okay, and I think it takes a lot of empathy. Like I was saying with autistic children, and also because they're not necessarily empathetic back. Okay, and so I feel like it's so interesting because and again, don't feel bad for him because he doesn't care. But I think I do think that the Melania's parents are good for him. They're his parents essentially. Okay, the grandparents are his parents. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, it's interesting. Guys, oh my God, this is fascinating. Okay, so no, so I don't think I think all he cares about when he thinks of his son, it's like he dislike what he thinks is weird about him. He doesn't like the fact that he's not very social, but he likes that he's skinny and tall. And guys, you remember the pictures of like Don Jr. and Eric? They were not as attractive as Baron. Like, okay, not I mean, Baron is a very good looking kid. Okay, tall, like, and all that. And like he's like, oh, he looks good. The girls will like him. That's how he thinks. Okay, he doesn't like. He's not like, wow. How is, has no real deep, and I think right now he's just so busy he doesn't care. Okay, like, I mean, not in a bad way, it's just like he's a busy man. Okay, he has the right excuse to not be present. But again, even if you were present with Baron would not act like he's there. He doesn't care. Baron's like, I'm with my train. Shut your mouth. Do you see I have a lot of trains around me? Do you think I'm gonna pay attention to your bullshit? No, no, I'm busy. Okay, and I see that he sees his dad, and he's like a clown. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He sees he sees like people who talk too much or loud. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Like, like that. He doesn't. It's like Martian. It's like, what is this Martian person? He's so, Trump is like, first of all, he makes no sense. He has no sense. People like that. They like a logic. There's no logic in anything. He's just like he's so bizarre to him. He's bizarre. Okay. And so it's like, oh, what a weird person. What the hell is that? Like, is my okay? So, but guys, again, thank God for Melania's grand. I'm not a huge fan of Melania. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of Melania, but the grandparents are decent. Okay, the grandparents are decent, and they come from that culture. I think Eastern Europe. Like sometimes they have good good basics, good like solid like family structure stuff like that. Okay, yeah. No, he's not a good. No, he's not. He's just. But like I said, the interesting thing about Baron is that because he has that, he doesn't care. Like the attempts to mold him don't work. It doesn't work. It really doesn't. He doesn't even get what they're talking about. He doesn't care. So good for him. He's safe in that way. And thank God again for the grandparents because they raised him. They raised him. Okay. My God. Oh my God. Okay. So seriously, guys. Without think this is the thing. Thank God. Seriously, I can't say that enough. Thank God for Melania's parents. They are excellent. They're a parent. They are the parents. Really, they are the parents. Okay, she's busy going to her functions, doing her thing, and you know what I mean. Like she's like that. She doesn't. She's not a natural. Let's get real. She's not a natural mother either. Okay, I'm not no judgments, but you know what I mean. So okay, now interesting, interesting, fascinating. That's right, guys. Interesting, no? Very interesting. Today's an unexpected. Now, so we thought I did talk about Melania a little. Let's talk more about Melania, guys. Quickly, okay. Feel free to go. By the way, you can watch it later because I know there's Rachel and everything. But now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the book. Let's talk about Melania and Ivanka, the dynamic and the story. Did you see? I didn't. So I sent you the link to to the Guardian article that had the information about the book. So apparently, this woman, Stephanie Winkoff, she recorded conversations with Melania where she was talking shit about, not talking shit, she was telling the truth about Ivanka and also probably about Trump. So, but the way that the article framed it, it was as if like she wanted they create the story of this huge rift between Ivanka and Melania, which I don't doubt. Okay, especially guys, let's get real. Trump was so happy to kiss his daughter. Okay, if I had, okay, let's say you have a husband or boyfriend or whatever, and then he has a daughter, like kind of like you're, younger, right, or somewhat close to your age or whatever, right, or something like that, a few years younger or something, and then he's like touching her like that, like guys, it would freak me out. I would have to go. I would leave immediately. I would not. I cannot. It so makes me sick. Okay, like think about it. You were like, it's one thing if we are looking at Trump doing that to Ivanka, which is gross enough. Imagine if you're technically married to that guy. Even if you don't like him, it's embarrassing. Okay, because it would be embarrassing if he was doing this to other women, like random women. But it's the daughter. Guys, think. I'm like, oh my God, it's so gross. It is so gross. Think about. So, oh my God. Okay, so she's that. I think, guys, again, Melania, she's kind of not. She's sort of an interesting character. Okay, but there she is. She's kind of like, they treat her like she's the hired help because she's like whatever. My dad likes these women. He sleeps around. Who cares? It's not like he. They even may make fun of her. Okay, they even make fun of her that she doesn't. Oh well, my dad's leave. The guys, they're so sick. They may have even told her, oh yeah, my dad sleeps around. Like they don't. What? Oh my God, those seriously, the kids. My God, Ivanka and Jared and all those things, they're sick. It's very sick. Like think about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, you guys, I'm so makes me disgusted. Seriously. Like think about it, the way that they treat her like that is awful too. You don't have to like, you don't have, but there's just something about it. Everybody, I don't know. It's like they make, rub it in. That's it. Imagine like if you have, it's okay if you're like no, don't love the guy, but it's humiliating to be in that position where you're rich, but the guy's cheating on like random women, getting them pregnant, whatever he does, you know what I mean? Or who knows? Everybody knows and everything, and it's like you have to like act like it's not there. But then his own kids make fun of you because you stay with him. I mean, come on, okay, okay. So now let's go back. So tell me about this book. I see that because by the way, this woman, Stephanie Winkoff, guys, she was the event planner for the Met Gala. So she is very high end event planner, and she's very respected in New York society, I believe. Okay, because of this connection to Anna Wintour and all those things. So then she goes, okay, I'm gonna work with her. Okay, maybe she's not so bad. Have no she known her before and everything, and she's like, okay, then she goes, she says, Stephanie, my husband, he liked it. He said to me that I like the way she talked, she's like talking, sharing all those things, and she's like, and then I want to, I like my clothing to be like, she's kind of funny. There's an interesting side to Melania. She's kind of funny and like self-deprecating a little bit. But then, as many things, it's sent to me. The relationship started to go sour when money came into the picture. Before, she would like, meet her for coffee or whatever, like your friends or something in the social, similar social circles. They would hang out or something like that. They would go to the same facialist or something like that. That's a very different relationship. And then once she started to work for Melania, and then there was like all the shadiness of the invoices. Okay, she got really freaked out by it because, again, guys, this is a woman she created the greatest, one of the most complicated, complex events with very crazy, celebrities. Everybody came, and crazy logistics, you know what I mean, like complicated big events, very high end, very classy. Okay, so she, people had, but you know what I mean, they paid for it, right? Like I think the people that underwrote the fashion companies that kind of gave money to the Met, and also, you know what I mean, there was like a, anyway, they paid the bills. Okay, it was fine. It wasn't like making ton of, like, it wasn't like Trump is, giving their friends hundreds of millions, but he was good and he was reliable. But with Melania, she starts to realize that they're kind of, guys, you know what it is? Yeah, he is, what is it? He's stiffing her. So Trump, Melania doesn't deal with bills herself, right? She would have to go to somebody else to get paid. And then she would see the line items on the invoices, and it was weird. Like, I think they gave her the idea, or they asked that she create a separate LLC that then they control, guys, everything, they launder money all the time. So their whole life is about creating this like crazy invoices where, like, well, let's say for example the normal cost is like $10,000. Then they go to her and say, can you charge us 200,000? Instead, they would ask her to inflate the prices for things so that they could take the difference, they could pocket the difference. So because that's how they made money all the time. So she was like, this is like so, she was kind of grossed out by it because she took her job seriously, in the good way. She took her job seriously. She's an event planner. She's not a money launderer. Even though her husband is like, he could be doing some sort of weird, like shady finance stuff. I don't know, but anyway, her job is a legit job. She's a serious person. She's respected, and she worked hard to be where she is, Stephanie. Okay. So then like she feels like she's first of all, there's stories about Trump not paying the contractors. She starts to feel like they don't pay one, you know what I mean? It's really awkward, really weird, and she doesn't like, she never had she's like telling her friends, I never had to be in the position, right? I had to ask, people sometimes they would take a while, but they would pay, like, it's a normal situation. But with them, it's like there's something shady going on. You feel like the guys, and she's explaining, it's interesting, she's explaining the thing. It's like very weird, guys. It reminds me of the way she's explaining it. It's sort of like, when you meet people and they're like, either could be in a dating scenario or like a job thing. Somebody says that they do something, but that's not who they are. Doesn't make sense. It's sort of like a person will say like, I don't know. Try to think here. I mean, I can't even tell. It's sort of like they'll say they're a wine importer, but the reality is that they kind of like they're arms suppliers or something. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they have a facade business. That's not what they claim to be is not who they are. That kind of feeling where she started to get like there is something going on here. Everything they're telling me is not what this is. Like there was something behind the scenes that it's almost like a person, and she started to feel like she was being kind of pushed into a criminal activity. You know what I mean? This, and then the guys, I see Jared again. Jared tries to get people to like create, launder money for him. It's really weird. If you, this is the thing, if you stay around Trump, even if you were not corrupt to begin with, you're going to end up corrupt, because he corrupts everybody. And I'm not talking about directly, even. It's just that the way he does business is very shady, and everything is about cheating. Every time you have to cheat taxes, you have to cheat. It's like he does not do straight business ever, ever. It's a mandatory thing. And I had saying that before in New York, people used to be able to say, no, you don't have, no, I'm not going to do business with this guy, right? But now that he's president, you don't have a choice. It's saying it's really hard. And she's saying, I couldn't. And then the whole story, guys, you remember the story of the Mueller? I think she spoke to Mueller. There was something where, like, the whole story of how Ivanka inflated the price of the event space in the hotel in DC. Okay. So this was like really weird to her. And then they threw her under the bus. And I was like, wow, I really like, and she's thinking back, she's like, I gave Melania respectability. Let's get real. She's nothing but a goddamn whore. That's who she is. I don't know if she's from the South. She originally, her family. My grandmother say the girl, she's nothing but a damn whore. Oh yeah, nothing but a damn whore. Oh yeah. She's like saying that I gave her respectability. She's like, she's not judging, but she's just saying, who the hell? It's like, so she lowers. She feels like I kind of like did everything to integrate her into New York society. I brought her to events. I did, she truly did nice things for Melania. She didn't judge her. She liked her. They were friends. And then that's how she treats her. Are you going, girl? She's gonna throw. I don't think you're gonna throw me down. No, no. She's like, girl. She's like, I'm not gonna be treated like that. Because guys, she's a very high. That's what I'm saying. She's a serious person. She is not like some, like the people that Trump hires. Remember? Do you remember the story that Eric's event planner for his wedding became the housing secretary? Do you remember this? Like they find these people who are totally unqualified for jobs, and they hired them. And that's not who Stephanie Winkoff is at all. She was highly qualified for her job. She did a great job. And then she's not gonna throw her career away with Trump. She's not gonna, that's what she's saying. She's gonna tell. I'm gonna tell all. I'm gonna tell all. Because it's true, guys. Those, if you work in those environments, especially with society things, if your name, something happens to your name or something like that, they never invite you to anything. Your life is over. I can't go to the gala. I can't go to the benefit for the gardening society of Long Island or something. I don't know. Okay, so this just off, totally offside. When after I graduated from college, I had a job in a art gallery, like the gallery girls, like in the front desk. And the guys, it was the worst job I ever had. It was like people ask, or everybody's so demanding. It was just awful. So then we get these calls. There was an artist who did like this garden things. I really, I didn't like it or whatever, but they'd be like, hi, I am the head of the gardening society of Long Island. Do you think he could come here for a lecture? I really like his gardening thing, his gardens. We have a club, and we think he would be a great fit. And it's like, this is like these artists, they're like, and guys, and meanwhile, the artists were like very so self-important. And I went to art school, but those people were just almost like hilarious, like, oh yeah, he's like really, it's like I'm walking with Jesus or something, you know what I mean? Those people like so like so funny. But anyway, so that's what it reminds me of. But anyway, sorry, totally off topic, but that's what it reminded me of the conversation. But anyway, so this is the guys, again, she does not want to, she's like, I think this Stephanie, she's like, I need to tell people that I'm not one of them. I've never been one of them. And I need to start my life over. She decided this is the right thing. Now, Stephanie, did you record this conversation? She's like, oh yes, I did. Because you know what? She's saying, I don't know if she has a brother or her father. Somebody is an attorney in her family, somebody very close to her. And she said, you know what, Stephanie, if you write this, they're going to sue you. They could sue you for defamation. Stephanie, that's possible. Oh, she's like, okay. So she was already, I think she was already recording just to check that, knowing how litigious they are. She's like, why don't you sue me for defamation? Why don't you sue me? Why not? I encourage you to sue me. So, okay. So I think she, guys, she's not stupid. She has intelligent friends. She has a family, she's not like a random person. They can't, she's not, I am not my. She's like my. I don't know, guys. She's just telling. She's saying my grandmother from Tennessee. She's like she's sort of saying like I had a my tough grandma would never let me roll over. I would never. I've never rolled over for people, and I'm not gonna. Even Lady Gaga. When Lady Gaga said, "Bring me that cherry drink," I said no. We don't have cherry drink. The theme is avocados. I'm sorry, I'm not drunk. It's just she's like Lady Gaga came to me when we had a cherry theme. No, what was it? Lady Gaga came to me when it had like a theme with just avocados. She wanted cherry. It does not go with the table. It does not go with the menu. I am not giving Lady Gaga cherries. Okay, that's our party. We have an aesthetic commitment to the theme of the year. We can't do cherries when it's the avocado year. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? So she's like, she's very proud of like she stands her ground. It's true, guys. If you're, an event planner like that, you have to like not let big personalities do whatever they want because otherwise. So 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 wow, interesting. So anyway, so is this true? So what does it say? Yeah, she hates Ivanka. Ivanka's terrible. She's like, you don't know, Ivanka's terrible person. She's all and it's not even, guys. She's not even. I don't pick up a sense of like meanness from Melania. She's just, it's sort of like she's telling her a story. She's like, can you believe it, Ivanka? Ever since I came here, she looked at me like I'm worse than her. Just because I did not grow up rich, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. She has a point, right? So she was just saying like she's being honest, and it's all a side of Melania nobody has ever seen. So so you know what? But at the same time, guys, I see that I believe it's gonna come out. Yes, I believe it's gonna come out, and I think if Melania is gonna be happy that it comes out because finally she could tell what she can't. Nobody listens to her, but finally the media is gonna listen to her indirectly. So in the end, Stephanie does her a favor. Okay, so okay, wow. And I see, guys, I see who she has lunch with, Mary Trump. Mary Trump and Stephanie are very different people because Mary Trump is very like, oh yeah, she's very tough like that. Whatever, I hope you don't mind me saying this. She's more butchy, okay? And then Stephanie is very like, she's sort of like the head cheerleader or like the head of the little cross team at Kent, whatever boarding school. You know what I mean? Like she has that vibe. But anyway, so they have a lot to talk about, and she's giving her advice about how to go, how it's gonna be and stuff like that. So they, guys, I love Mary Trump. She's the best. She's like, yeah, let me tell you what it's like. She's like preparing her. She's sort of a coach. She's her coach. I have a new business. Oh, that's right, guys. Mary Trump. She's a therapist, right? Has a PhD in psychology. So I'm not saying psychologists are coaches, but she has that. She has a career in that field already, like working, helping others in a way or another. So she's very smart about human nature. So it's very interesting. Find it interesting. Find it interesting. No, really, guys, isn't it? So very interesting. So okay, so is it gonna come? Oh yeah, before the election. I feel like it's not gonna. It's gonna be published around. When does it say? I feel like third week of September. I don't know. It's not that far. When is it gonna come out, guys? So let me see here. Well, okay, Stephanie. Wolkoff, not Winkoff. Wolkoff. Book release date. Let's see here. September. That's it. September 2020. Oh yeah, let's see here. Let's click on Amazon. I'm not gonna order it, but what? September 1st? Next week? Oh yeah. Really? Oh, I thought it was gonna be like September 23rd or something. What? Oh, really? Interesting. Fine. No? Wait, no, wait, what? Oh yeah, that's right. September 1st, it's released. So interesting. Just so you know. Wow, she's going to be, yeah, Mary Trump, she's having, I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear this is true. And I'm holding on to you. So she's loving it. Mary Trump, she feels so alive. She loves it. She's like, yeah, I love, because guys, she feels like she's sort of telling people like, I hear you. I know what it's like. Because it used to be a family thing that everybody hated Donald, and now the entire country hates Donald. So she feels like she has a lot in common with a lot of people. It must be interesting, no? No, really. She's like, I never realized like she's much more open. She's much more friendly. Everybody, she's like, I have so much in common with so many people. It's amazing. Yeah, because imagine if there's a member of your family that you don't like really a horrible person, and suddenly he comes out in public and he's like his whole story. He becomes president, and then he's a whole everybody hates. I was like, oh my god, me too. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about. Let me tell you about him. Oh yeah. So for her, it's so cathartic. It's so cathartic for her. It's so cathartic. Oh yeah, finally I can say all the things that I really think about him, and I have an audience. Guys, I told you before, she's gonna write more books. She's such an interest. She has a lot to say, and she has a lot of insight. It's not that she is just talking about her story. It's that she has so much insight. She has so much insight about his mind, and even the psychology of like why his the way he grew up and how it affected her and everything. Wow, oh my god, guys. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot. Mary Trump, guys, you know what, I would even she could even have a show like, okay, maybe I don't think I mean, even temporarily, guys, she could have a show on like MSNBC for like 3 months or something on Sundays. You know what I mean? Like I would love to have her. She should have a show to guys. Okay, I know it's gonna happen. I love Dr. Jack Brown. You know him, the body language guy. I would love, because guys, I know a lot of people love body language. Isn't that funny? It's so interesting, body language. Even today was more like, today was a very interesting read. I should do it more. Like just analyzing the personalities. Isn't that interesting, guys? Analyzing how the person thinks. How it's fascinating, right? It's so fascinating. So, so interesting. Wow. Huh? Huh? So very nice. Very nice. So guys, I'm excited. It was so fun today. Okay, I love it. But I guess you know what? It's oh yeah, no, 2 questions and I go. I see 2 questions and then I go, and then tomorrow I come back because I'm late. I'm behind the things. Okay, okay. So anyway, so 2 questions about the drugs. This is the thing, guys. We can talk more about it tomorrow, but let's talk about Don Jr. and drugs. Okay, and the drugs in general over there, because I think, guys, in order for them to perform like this, to lie, it's right. So okay, so tell me about Don Junior's. Yeah, he's like he's like yeah, he's on the drugs, guys. He's and you notice his eyes are so red all the time. I think it's part of it. He lost weight, and I think he's just he I think as he got to the point where he's it's funny, it's reminding me of Tiffany. But Tiffany's very, she has not really lived as a Trump really. But Don Jr., he's not a bad person, but he chose to go on the side of the criminality, to accept things, and the only way he can, it's sort of like what's hard for him is his consciousness. He's aware, he has a mind that says, "Why are you doing this? What's It's hard because he doesn't, he hears it, and the only way he can numb himself and continue to do this is drugs. Okay, so yeah, cocaine, exactly, lots of cocaine. Okay, cocaine definitely for sure. Okay, and I think, guys, I see him go, he goes in the Air Force One with cocaine. He goes places seriously. He travels, well, he's always has it, and he's always like, no, I'm that. He's constantly, okay, constantly, and I think it's the only way he can handle. And I see even even his girlfriend, she also does drugs. And guys, cocaine is one of those types of, I've never taken the cocaine, but apparently it's one of those drugs that is very much about, like, it helps you not eat. Okay, like, and that woman, she cares a lot. Again, another person who cares about, oh, who I see, guys, our friend Kellyanne. Okay, she must, don't you think Kellyanne may do a little bit of drugs sometimes? How do you live in the White House? Not live, how now she's leaving, but yeah, that's it. Kim, definitely, that's what I was saying. Kim, she does drugs. I was saying, like, it's because, but for her, it's a thin thing. She's like, oh, makes me thin, makes me thin. And what's so interesting, guys, I told you before, she's very alpha, Kimberly. She guys, okay, get it, this, okay, guys, look at her life. Okay, okay, look at her life. No, it's not Adderall. Guys, I take Adderall, this, right? But I have AD, so it has an opposite effect. It calms me, my mind. It centers me. Okay, but if you take these things and you don't have it, then you like this. Okay, and I still have ADD. Think about. Okay, but anyway, but for her, I just wanted to say she's very masculine. Kimberly. But I mean to say, guys, can you believe this is like so shocking? Okay, that she had the same job as she started out with Kamala Harris in the DA's office in San Francisco. Can you believe it? She was an assistant DA when Kamala Harris was an assistant DA. Think about it, and look at where she is today. She could have, guys, she could have, I don't know. It seems very sad to me that she ended up like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's not that you have to be like, it's not about ambition or whatever career, like the title that you have, but like being around those people, her, think about it, her values. It just seems like sad to me that she was once a process, guys, if she was an assistant DA, she's edgy. She went, I think she has a, I'm serious. She was an assistant DA in San Francisco. And then I remember there was like some talk about how she doesn't like Kamala because she left the job and then she wanted to come back and Kamala did not open for her. Kamala's like, girl, you missed the bus. Okay, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I think, yeah, it's more but guys, because I think even to get a job as a DA is not so easy. Okay, it's very competitive. Okay, she's not stupid. In other words, a lot of what's interesting, guys, what's really interesting a lot about these women in the Trump and in the conservative circle is that a lot of them are not as stupid as they sound. It's something they have to do. I'm not, excuse me, but it's sort of like it comes with the territory. The woman Elise Stepanik. There's like this woman, from young woman from the house. She's is a representative from New York State, like upstate. She has and I'm not saying that every single person who goes to Harvard is very smart. She has an undergrad degree from Harvard, and then she pretends, clearly, guys. It's like she pretends to be stupid. It's fascinating to me that she has to kind of like talk down, like hide her education. This Tom Cott. A lot of those people, they're intelligent, but they act like they're not intelligent, so they can manipulate. This is even worse, right? If you stop and think about it, what it takes, it's like it's a grift. In other words, they're pretending to be somebody they're not, just so they can convince the lower level people, okay, the uneducated people, that they can get their votes and therefore have power, right? It's like, it's fascinating for my house, right? So, wow. Oh my God, isn't it interesting, guys? Right? Very interesting. Yeah, Newsom is glad he divorced her. But it's so funny, guys. Again, it's so funny. My Vogue thing. I remember reading a profile of her when she was still married to him, and I remember thinking, oh my God, this woman, she's so pretty. She was so pretty. I mean, like natural, like beauty, like person. I don't know, explain it. Like she's like, has like a nice body. She's like such a pretty, kind of like a angular face. She was really pretty, like naturally. And then you see, guys. I think evil, honestly, for whatever reason, it shows on your face. Okay, shows on your face. Okay, how many of the, guys, I'll tell you, this is TMI, but my well, I guess no, okay. No. Well, I guess I'll say it. Okay, so my parents were Ivy League professors. Okay, so I've been in that environment. I know a lot of kids who go to Ivy League schools come out educated. A lot of them, most of them, the larger majority of them. It's shocking, okay, how it is. The difference is really remarkable. You only realize after you when you leave the environment like that, you realize how rare it is. This is just a fact, okay? I'm not talking about class. I'm just talking about education in general, okay? So it's, it really is like, I think a lot of kids also, some of them come from the old money families. Others are, but I think for the most part, the education level is truly high, okay? For undergrad, especially, okay? So like, okay. So it's interesting, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's hard. In other words, even when they say Ivy Leagues have what they call a grade inflation. Okay, even with that, if you've been in a class, well, I have a long story. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell about it, but it is remarkable. Okay, people are very, very smart, truly. Okay, or they're educated enough that they, there's a lot of it's true. It's true. Okay, sometimes it's because they know how to study and they can memorize things, but it's true. Okay, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's largely true that, again, there are some of the kids that are like the parents put but for the most part, they're educated. Okay, very educated. There's a pretty big difference, I think. And then because I went to it's like a whole story. I went to art school, so like so it's really, and then it's interesting. You see the difference. Okay, so just saying, it's not, it's true. The Ivy League is it is very. I'm not, guys. It doesn't mean that even. It doesn't mean that if you don't go to Ivy League school, you're not smart or you're not educated. But the odds are that it's true. It just is. Okay, because of like the level of the classes, the level, the professors are very good. Like my past. No, I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, like, really, like, but really, like, people are, it's incredible. The libraries, everything, the resources are amazing. It's not, I wish that everybody had the access to everything like this. It's very different, it really is. Okay, so, and the interesting thing about Ivy League, what's I think is the most amazing thing. I don't think I never, I wish I had incorporated in my life, okay, is the way people carry themselves, especially the undergrads on campus. It's amazing. The sense of like their life, the world belongs to them, and that they have nothing wrong is going to happen. They have that in them. It's called, it's because the name of it is privilege, but it's true. It's sort of like you're brought up to understand that the world is your oyster. And it's so interesting, you know what I mean, guys. Now that I'm older, I've understood so many things, how that is very true. Okay, it affects how it affects how you see the world, but also the connections that you make in in other schools. It lasts for a long time, and it opens doors, and it's somehow it's sometimes easier to get jobs. I'm not saying, okay, so I didn't go to, like I said, I went to art school, but then I went back for like for graduate degree in an Ivy League school. But like, but it's just interesting. It's true. Just saying that, So anyway, I don't know, guys. Went off so many different topics today. But anyways, this was very nice, guys. Very relaxed conversation today. It's very interesting. Okay. And so, okay. And we'll talk later. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay, guys. I'm like, wow, this is really fun. Okay, like we should do it sometimes, like this analysis of personalities and talking about all these things. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna go. My God, it's 9:47. 9:47. So tomorrow I'm gonna do tomorrow, because then tomorrow we'll go back to the world. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot going on, but today was like, it was like entertainment. I like it because we needed a little escape too. It's like stuff is crazy. You know what I mean? Is okay. 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 So have a good evening, guys. Okay. And I'll talk to you later. Alligators. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye.